what is a claim? A request by a plan member's healthcare provider to the insurance company for payment towards medical services provided to the patient is known as a claim. The provider forwards the treatment information to the billing office, which is then entered into the practice management software, and a claim is generated, which is then transmitted electronically or on paper to the insurance company for further processing. As we discussed in the earlier classes, once the claims are generated by the billing office, they are first sent to the clearinghouse before being forwarded to the insurance companies. Now, what is a clearinghouse? It is an intermediary company between the doctor's office and the insurance company that helps in scrubbing and transmitting claims securely to the insurance company. Now, what is scrubbing? A process by which insurance claims are checked for errors before being sent to the insurance companies for final processing. Providers scrub claims in an attempt to reduce the number of denied claims, which will then reduce the delay in the providers getting paid by the insurance companies. Examples are name mismatch, incorrect date of birth, incorrect member ID, etc. Now the next one is payer ID. A payer ID is a unique ID number that is assigned to an insurance company for the purpose of transmitting claims electronically. It helps the clearinghouse to forward claims to a specific insurance based on the payer ID. Now, every clearinghouse has its own unique payer ID list for different insurance companies. Usually when claims are transmitted by the billing department, they are transmitted as a batch, and that's why it is known as batch processing. Once they reach the clearinghouse, the claims are then checked for errors, and this process is known as claim scrubbing, as discussed earlier. And if the patient information is not matching with the insurance company database, then those claims are rejected and a claim rejection report is sent to the billing office. Now, claims without errors are known as clean claims and are forwarded to the insurance companies for further processing. Now, how will the clearinghouse decide to which specific insurance company a patient's claim must be forwarded to? As shown in the figure, different patients have insurance policies through different insurance companies. Now, in order to understand this concept in a simple way, consider the example of the postal department and how letters are delivered to different houses based on the address mentioned on the envelope. In a similar way, clearinghouses segregate and forwards the claims of different patients to their corresponding insurance companies based on the electronic payer IDs. At the time of setting up the doctor's practice in the billing software, the billing team will update the details of all the insurance companies and link them with the corresponding electronic payer IDs. So, whenever an electronic claim is forwarded to the clearinghouse, it will have the address of that insurance company in the form of an electronic payer ID. Now, the payer ID concept is based on EDI technology. Claim adjudication, the process by which the insurance companies determines their financial responsibility towards the payment of a claim based on the coverage or benefit requirements of the patients plan. Now, payments are made by the insurance companies as per the benefits of the patient's plan, taking into consideration things like patient cost share, like copay, co-insurance and deductible, and also any other limitations under the plan, like non-covered services, for which insurance company will not be responsible for making the payments. Once the claims are processed and paid, the insurance company is going to transfer the money into the doctor's bank account electronically, which is known as electronic fund transfer, a method of transferring money electronically into the doctor's bank account by the insurance companies when payments are released towards the processed claims. In India, we use the term NEFT, which is National Electronic Fund Transfer. Now the next one is explanation of benefits, EOB. It is a paper statement sent by a health insurance company to the healthcare provider and covered members. It contains the detailed information about what the insurance company paid and what portion of the cost the patient is responsible for. Now think of it like the credit card statements that we receive by post, which provides details like when you visited the doctor, what is the dollar amount that the doctor billed to the insurance company, and how much the insurance company paid to the doctor, and how much you must pay towards the patient cost share, things like copay, co-insurance and deductible. Now the next one is electronic remittance advice, ERA. The digital version of EOB, which specifies the details of payments made on a claim, either by an insurance company or required by the patient to pay. So basically it is an electronic document similar to that of an EOB, which contains details like how the claim was processed and how much the insurance paid and how much the patient must pay towards the patient cost share. Now both EFT and ERA details can be obtained from the Clearinghouse website. Now the next one is Lockbox, a service offered by banks to companies in which the companies receive the payments by mail to a post office box, and the banks pick up the payments and deposits them into the company's account and notifies the company about the deposit. In our scenario, company is nothing but the doctor's office. So if the doctor doesn't want the headache of receiving checks to his address and again going to the bank to deposit those checks, the doctor can use this service provided by the bank. Piggyback or crossover claim. Piggyback or crossover refers to the process where the primary carrier crosses over or forwards the claim along with its EOB details to the patient's secondary insurance for secondary claim processing and payments. Now a patient can have a secondary insurance coverage to compensate or take care of the payments that are left over by the primary insurance, like patient cost share, which is copay, co-insurance and deductible. In such case, if the primary insurance forwards the claim information to the patient's secondary insurance after processing their part of the claim, then that claim will be known as crossover claim. In such cases, we do not need to bill secondary insurance of the patient through paper claims. The next one is if the claim is denied. Denied claims can be categorized as rejected claims and claims sent for review. Claim rejection. When an insurance company denies a claim stating that the information provided on the claim is not sufficient to process the claim, then it is called as claim rejection. This information can be collected only from the patient. So we need to get in touch with the patient to get this information. Things like incorrect insurance ID or wrong insurance information, etc. Now the next one is claim review. When an insurance company denies a claim stating that it needs additional information for processing the claim, which can be obtained from the provider's office, is termed as claim review. Now this information can be provided only by the doctor's office. Things like wrong procedure code or diagnosis code, invalid or incomplete information on the claim about the provider details like NPI, tax ID, etc. Now the next one is appeal. A request from the provider side to the insurance company asking them to reconsider or review the claim which has already been denied or incorrectly paid. Now the appeal is done usually by submitting medical records to the insurance company. Now the next one is corrected claim. A corrected claim is a replacement of a previously billed claim that requires a revision to coding, services, dates billed, amounts or member information. Now say for suppose on the original claim if the provider has marked an incorrect diagnosis code for the patient, the provider needs to correct it by submitting a corrected claim with the correct diagnosis code. In which case the original claim will be discarded and the corrected claim will be considered by the insurance company. Now, in a similar way, if the provider has mentioned the date of service incorrectly on the original claim, then it must be corrected by sending a corrected claim with the correct date of service. Now the next one is TAT, which is turnaround time, a specific time frame within which a task needs to be completed. Example, there will be an agreement between the billing office and the provider known as SLA, which is service level agreement, which specifies that claims must be submitted to the billing office to the insurance company within 24 hours or 48 hours of receiving the files from the doctor's office. So once the billing office receives the files from the doctor's office, they should be submitted within 24 hours to 48 hours to the to the insurance companies as per the agreement, which is known as service level agreement. Now, in a similar way, insurance companies have a turnaround time of a week to 10 days time from the date they receive the claims from the billing office to process them and to release payments to the doctor. Now the next one is balance bill. When a patient visits a non-participating provider, since the provider is out of network with the patient's plan, insurance company will pay only a part of the claim. The balance on the claim can be billed to the patient by the non-par provider. It is the difference between the billed amount and the insurance company allowed amount. Now, this does not apply if patient visits an in-network or participating provider, as they have a contractual obligation to accept only the allowed amount. Now the next one is untimely submission. Now all the claims have a specific time frame in which they can be sent off to the insurance company for processing. If a provider fails to file a claim with the insurance company within that particular time frame, it is marked for untimely submission and will be denied by the insurance company. Now different insurance companies have different time frames within which the claim should be submitted to them or sent out to them. Thank you.